What's up everyone? I'm back with another video, and in this video I'm going to go over how the SBA has actually reopened the EIDL program and now you can apply for it if you missed out on it when it was first started. So this program actually started in late March. It was part of the CARES Act. So if you missed out on that opportunity, now you have a chance to apply for it and get that $1,000. So now who is eligible for this? If you have a small business, if you have a side gig, if you are self-employed, then you can possibly get the $1,000 and you should apply for it. Last time I applied, they said it was going to take 3 days and it would come to your bank account. Well, it actually took over a month. So when you do apply this time, don't be patient a little bit because it is going to take some time to process. And now I'm going to go over to my computer to show you step by step how you can apply and hopefully get the $1,000 grant. I also like to add that it's actually $1,000 per employee. So if you have a small business and you have a few employees, then you will be getting $1,000 per employee plus $1,000 for yourself as well. So let me talk about and explain how the EIDL loan program works if you do not understand it. So it actually has two parts to it. There is an EIDL grant and then there's the EIDL loan itself. So the EIDL grant is actually free money that is given to you. You do not have to pay it back. You will get $1,000 per employee and you do not have to give that back. You just have to fill out the information. And then the next part is the loan. The loan is up to, I believe it was $2 million, and it is an interest rate of 3.75%, and you do not have to take the loan. So all you have to do is sign up for the EIDL program and you will get the $1,000 grant, and that is yours to keep. You do not have to pay that back. But the second part is the EIDL loan, and they're gonna ask you for information, and if you want to take the EIDL loan, then you can. That is your choice, but that is loan that has to be paid back and there is an interest on it. But you do not have to take the loan, but you can only take the grant and you do not have to take the loan. That is one of the good things about this. And if you don't want the loan, don't take it. Just take the grant, and that is it. And that is what most people are doing. So before I move on, hit that like button right now and subscribe to this channel and share this video with everyone who can benefit from this and get that free money. Now, let me head over to my computer to show you step by step how to do this. Okay, so the first thing you do is head over to the website covid19relief.sba.gov. I'm going to have the link down in the description below. It'll be the first thing that you see. Okay, so now let's start filling this out. The first thing that they ask you is what kind of entity you have. So if you have a small business, and you would probably select the first one, not more than 500 employees, agricultural second, and most other people who are self-employed, independent contractors, sole prop, and you have like a small side gig on the side like Uber, Lyft, these are, or if you're a barber and you sell some stuff on eBay, then these are all considered stuff on the sole prop and independent contractor. So you would select the third one. And now this is stuff that they're just asking if you're engaged in illegal activity, if you own 50% or more, if you're in lobbying. So you would actually just hit check on all of these and then hit continue. So now they're asking you for your business information. So here is the main thing, one of the main things where you have to enter in business legal name. A lot of people have trouble with this because if you're self-employed, then you don't have a business name, but all you have to do is actually enter in your name. So I would enter in my name, that's it. And trade name, you can just enter in what you do. So if you're a barber, I guess just type that in. I would type in Uber because that's what I do. That's not really one of the important things, so you could just enter them. Next is EIN and social security number. So if you do have a business set up, then enter in your EIN. If you're self-employed, then you would have to enter in your social security number. So this stuff I'm not going to fill out. Organization type, again, if you have your business set up, LLC, C Corp, S Corp, and any of the other options that are available. But if you're self-employed, if you're independent contractors down here, if you're self-employed, you can hit sole prop, or you can also do independent contractor. Doesn't make that big of a difference. So next up is nonprofit. Of course, you're not a franchise. Gross revenues, enter in how much money you made for the last year. So 2019, how much money you made, and this is how much the cost of goods sold were. if you are selling product, then you would enter that in. This stuff is how much money you lost from rent. And you can enter in if you have any rental properties and you lost some rent. This stuff is not really important, if most likely not related to you, but if you do have rental properties, you can enter that in. This stuff you can skip, it's not mandatory. Enter in all your addresses, your email, and all the information related to your business, when it started, business activity. This is also one thing where you would enter in which sector you are. So if you're in Uber, you hit transportation. If you're real estate, right here. And these are all the other options that you can type in and hit it. So one of the important things on this page is this number of employees is one of the more important things, where you have to enter in the right amount. So if you have a small business and you have 5 employees, so you would enter in 6, because you have 5 employees plus yourself. That is very important, because you can lose out on $1,000, and that happens to a lot of people. So if you have small business and you have 3 people, then you enter in 4, because 3 employees plus 1, which is yourself, is 4. So that way you can get $4,000. So now we're on the next page, and then asking for your personal information. One thing before I wanted to say before we started on this page is, on the previous page it said the date and business established. So you actually have to be in business before 2020 in order for you to be eligible for this. So if you just started your business a few months ago, then it's not going to work out. Okay, so now, is your business owned by a business entity? If you are a business that's owned by another business, then you would hit yes. But if you are self-employed, and you just hit no and then move on. Then enter in all your personal information. Your ownership percentage is probably 100 if you are the owner of the business or you're self-employed. Enter in all the social security number, residential, and this is pretty basic information that they're asking for. And you can just enter this and then move on. Alright, so now this additional information is basically some information where they ask you if you are a criminal, you had a criminal activity, if there's a case filed against you right now, and you're impending for criminal investigation, whatever else. So you can just go ahead and click no for this. All no if you are obviously not involved in any criminal activity and you haven't been doing any fraud. So anyone helped you, you don't have to fill that out. You could just skip this, is not important. And I would like to be considered for an advance of up to $10,000. This is one of the other important things that you have to select yes. Check that out, because if you don't, then you might not get that $1,000 grant, and that is very, very important. So bank name, you enter in your bank, and account number, routing number, pretty self-explanatory. Just enter in your banking information and make sure that the bank account that you enter in is yours and it's related to the business that you have, because if you give in some other bank information, it might not work out, because they actually check this and this could actually delay your money. So now we will just move on to the next page, which is basically going to be a summary of everything, and then it's going to give you your application number. And once that's given to you, I think you should write it down just so you can check your application status in the future. If you like this video, then make sure you share it with all your friends so they can get their money. Whoever you know can benefit from this kind of information, then share it with them. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be posting more stuff like this where you can get some important information.